Okay, bro. So like I decided to go ahead and like run through this. Not like run through it, but like you know, this is gonna be my report. You know, that's retired and shit. You know what I'm saying? Um um, there's a lot of shit kind of ticking at the moment. You know what I'm saying, but anyways, so this is my non-disclosure agreement. Basically your SF312. You won't disclose any classified information, right? And so like classified information, non-disclosure agreement, an agreement between you, I'm saying, Oscar Escalante and the United States. Um, Intending to be legally bound, I hereby accept obligations contained in this agreement in consideration of my being granted access to classified information. As used in this agreement, classified information is marked or unmarked classified information, including oral communications that is classified under the standard of Executive Order 12958 or under any other executive order or statute that prohibits the unauthorized disclosure of information in the interest of national security and unclassified information that meets the standards for classification and and is in the process of classification determination as provided in sections 1.2, 1.3, and 1.4 of Executive Order 12958, or under any other executive order or statute that requires protection for such information in the interest of national security. I understand and accept that by being granted access to classified information, special confidence and trust shall be placed in me by the United States government. I hereby acknowledge that I have received a security and doctrine concerning the nature and protection of classified information, including the procedures to be followed and asserting whether other persons to whom I contemplate disclosing this information have been approved for access to it, and that I understand these procedures. I have been advised that the other I have been advised that the unauthorized disclosure, unauthorized retention, or negligent handling of classified information by me could cause damage or irreparable injury to the United States or could be used to advantage by the foreign nation. I hereby agree that I will never divulge classified information to anyone unless I have officially verified that the receipt has been properly authorized by the United States government to receive it, or I have given prior written notice of authorization from the United States government department or agency, hereinafter the department or agency responsible for the classification of the information, or last granting me a security clearance that such disclose is permitted. I understand that if I am uncertain about the classification status of information, I am required to confirm from an authorized official that information is unclassified before I disclose it, except to a person as provided in A or B above. I further understand that I am obligated to comply with the laws and regulations that prohibit and unauthorized disclose the classified information. I have been advised that any breach of this agreement may result in my termination of any security clearance I hold, removed from any position of special confidence and trust requiring such clearance and termination of my employment or the other relationships with the department or agencies that grant my security clearance or clearances. In addition, I have been advised that any unauthorized disclosure of classified information by me may constitute a violation or violations of United States criminal laws, including the provisions of sections 641, 793, 794, 798, 952, and 1924. Title 18 United States Code, the provisions of sections 783B, Title 50 United States Code, and the provisions of the Intelligence Identities Protection Act 1982. I recognize that nothing in this agreement constitutes a waiver by the United States of the right to prosecute me for any statutory violation. I hereby assign the United States government all royalties and remunerations and I don't know what the fuck that word is that have resulted, will result, or may result from any disclosure, publication, or revelation of classified information not consistent with the terms of this agreement. I understand that the United States government may seek any remedy available to enforce this agreement, including but not limited to application for a court order prohibiting disclosure of information in the breach of this agreement. I understand that all classified information to which I have access or may obtain access by signing this agreement now and will remain the property or of or under the control of the United States government unless and until otherwise determined by an authorized official or final ruling of a court of law. I agree that I shall return all classified material which have or may come in my possession or for which I am responsible because such access upon demand by an authorized representative of the United States government upon the conclusion of my employment or other relationship with the department or agency that last granted my security clearance or that provided me with access to classified information, or C, upon the conclusion of my employment or other relationship that requires access to classified information. If I do not return such materials upon my request, I understand that this may be a violation of Section 793 and or 1924, Title 18, United States Code and the United States Criminal Law, unless and until I am released by writing by an unauthorized representative of the United States government. I understand that all the conditions and obligations imposed upon me by this agreement apply during the time I am granted access to classified information and at all times thereafter. Each provision of this agreement is servable if a court should find any provision of this agreement to be enforceable. All other provisions of this agreement shall remain in full force and effect. Damn. The restrictions are consistent with do not supersede, conflict with, or otherwise alter the employee's obligations, rights, or liabilities created by Executive Order 12958, Sections 7211 of Title 5 United States Code governing disclosures to Congress. Sections 1034 of Title 10 United States Code is amended by the Military Whistleblowers Protection Act governing disclosures by Congress by members of the military. Sections 2302 the Title 5 of the United States Code as amended by Whistleblowers Protection Act governing disclosures, illegalities, waste, fraud, abuse, or public health or safety threats. The Intelligence Identities Protection Act of 1982, 50 USC 421 ETSQ, governing disclosures that expose confidential government agents, and the statutes which protect them disclose that they may compromise the national security, including Section 641, 793, 794, 795, 798, 952, 1924 of Title 18 United States Code and Sections 4B of Subversive Activities Act of 1950. 50 USC Section 783B, the definition, requirements, obligations, rights, sanctions, liabilities created by said executive order and listed statutes are incorporated into the agreement. Controlling. I have read the agreement carefully, and my questions, if I have any, have been answered. I acknowledge that the briefing officer have made it available to me an executive order and statutes referenced in this agreement and implementing Regulation 32 CFR Sections 2003-020, so that I may read them at this time if I choose. And it's like for me. Man. Okay, so